You'll be second, and then we'll follow the order. Sorry about that. I don't know why I picked on Mohanad. Okay, never mind. It's better you get over with. That Mohanad, ideas, opinions, images are produced when we think. It's talking about your thinking ability, your capacity to think, etc. Right? You are going to talk about. You have five prompts here, and you are going to develop them logically, right? And have a conversation with me. The first prompt is: tell us about the kinds of things you think about and why. Remember, you have to do at least 5 minutes. Tell us about some of the things that you think about and why.
The types of things that I think about mostly is what will I be when I grow up, like what will happen in the future,
Mm.
or how things will turn out when like exams are near. Like I feel stressed out because there are plenty of subjects to learn and I have to learn all of them within a short period of time. It's breathtaking.
Okay, there's a slight distortion coming from your microphone. Try to come closer to the microphone so that you can give us a good account. So basically, you are thinking about what you're going to do in your future, your plans for the future, and so forth. Okay. Prompt number two: tell us about times when you find it difficult to think clearly. When do you find it difficult?
I find it difficult to think clearly, like when I'm sleep deprived or when I'm concentrating at something, like at a particular stuff, a mission or something.
Okay, so you find it difficult to think when you are concentrating.
And
Why do you, yeah,
sleep deprived.
and when you are sleep deprived? Okay, yes, that's a good point. When you are sleep deprivation. Okay, so what would you suggest? How do you think we should overcome this? If you are sleep deprived, what is the solution for this?
Solution for sleep deprived,
Yeah, how do you intend to overcome that? What should you do?
we can do some stretch out before sleeping that helps us calm down our mind. And we
Yeah.
also should take a glass of warm milk before sleeping. That also helps us to sleep. And we
Yes.
also should stay away from electronic devices before sleeping because that
Right.
affects our sleep.
Okay. Good. All right. Prompt number three: whether we should spend a long time thinking before we make an important decision. When you are about to make or take an important decision, do you think you should give it enough thought? You should spend enough time thinking about it? Or do you think you should just make a decision impulsively?
Yes, we should think a long time before putting up a decision because it's a really important thing. If you mess up the decision, things might change a lot because of it. It could be for the best if you think more before deciding something.
Okay, so in other words, to actually achieve or extract the best out of it, you've got to give it enough time so that you could think clearly and make a good decision. Problem number four: the view that organizations, that is, companies, prefer, they like employees, that is, workers, who don't think independently. What's your view on this?
I think it's pretty okay since you just don't have to think independently. You also have to think dependently for the people. You have to think for the people what they decide and what they prefer. Is
Okay, but do you think it's going to be beneficial for companies if you cannot think independently, or you should be an independent thinker, be able to think on your own and make decisions of your own? Do you think that would be better for companies, or they would prefer workers who cannot think on their own?
I think it depends on the scenario, like
Hmm.
on the different situations.
Right, it all
Sometimes,
depends. Yeah,
yeah,
continue.
you sometimes you have to think independently, and sometimes you have to also think dependently. You don't have to
Oh,
be independent most of the time.
yes, you've got to think independent. You've got to be independent most of the time. Okay, right. Certain decisions may require you to be dependent on certain aspects which the company or organization requires. The last prompt: all of the world's problems would be solved if we developed our thinking skills. Do you agree, yes or no? And what's your view?
Yeah, I think I agree on this
Mhm.
because if we developed our thinking skill, we could also have a better skill on getting out of situations more quickly and also help ourselves when we are in need, like when we are short on money.
Okay, so developing our thinking skills will assist us, especially for future purposes, and it all depends on what the situation demands or requires of us. Okay, so
And
I see.
also,
Yeah.
you can also invent stuff that can help people with
So
their
time's up.
stuff.
Okay, right. Okay, Mohanad, thank you very much. Your timing was very good, and Firdaus, thank you for the timekeeping. And Mohanad, your timekeeping was a spot. I mean, your presentation was spot on in terms of your timekeeping as well. Thank you very much, Mohanad. Thank you for your presentation. You are done. You can now relax. You are over with your turn. Okay.